The king is finally back. This is the all-new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, and honestly, I haven't been this excited about a phone upgrade in a very long time. We have heard the rumors, we have seen the leaks, but today, we finally have it in hand. It promises to be faster, stronger, and smarter than anything we have seen before. But the real question is it actually worth the upgrade from the S25 Ultra? Or is it just the same phone with a new coat of paint? We're going to unbox it, set it up, test the new cameras, and dive deep into a feature called Privacy Display that might just change the way we use smartphones forever. We also have the new Galaxy Buds 4 Pro to talk about, so buckle up. If you're thinking about buying this phone, you need to watch this video first. Let's kick things off with the basics. The S26 Ultra is hitting the market with a starting price of $1,299, which is definitely premium territory. That price gets you the base model, but it goes all the way up to $1,799 if you want the maxed out specs. You have storage options ranging from 256 gigabytes all the way up to a massive 1 terabyte. A quick note on memory. If you grab the 256 or 512 gigabyte versions, you're getting 12 gigs of RAM. But if you're a power user and go for the 1 terabyte model, Samsung bumps you up to 16 gigs of RAM, which is going to be a beast for multitasking. Color-wise, Samsung has given us some beautiful options this year. We have the standard white and black, a new sky blue, and the one I am most excited about, Cobalt Violet. There are also some exclusive colors like Silver Shadow and Pink Gold if you order online. Today, we are unboxing the Cobalt Violet Edition. So let's get this box open and see what we are working with. The packaging is pretty standard for Samsung these days. Slim, eco-friendly, and minimal. Sliding off the lid, the first thing we see is the phone itself. And wow, this Cobalt Violet is stunning. It has a depth to it that looks really premium. Setting the phone aside for a second, let's see what else is in the box. We have the usual paperwork, a SIM card removal tool, and a USB-C to USB-C cable. No charging brick, of course, which is the norm now, but we will talk about charging speeds in a bit because there's a nice upgrade there. Peeling off the protective cover on the screen is always the best part. Now, holding the S26 Ultra in hand, the first thing I notice is the build quality. It feels different. Samsung is using a new light armor aluminum, which they claim is the strongest aluminum they have ever used. Despite being stronger, the phone actually weighs less than last year's model, coming in at just 214 grams. It is also slightly thinner at 7.9 millimeters compared to the 8.2 millimeters of the S25 Ultra. You might not think 0.3 millimeters makes a difference, but combined with the new curved edges, the phone feels much more comfortable to hold. It's less sharp, less boxy, and just sits better in the palm. Taking a tour around the device, the button placement is familiar. You have your power and volume rockers on the right, antenna lines on the sides, and microphone holes up top. On the bottom, we have a USB-C port, the speaker grill, the SIM tray, and yes, the S Pen is still here, tucked neatly into its silo. It is great to see Samsung keeping the Note legacy alive. The SIM tray holds one physical SIM and supports eSIM, so dual SIM connectivity is easy to set up. Now, before we boot this up, a quick public service announcement. If you're spending over $1,000 on a phone, you need to protect it. The screen is using Corning Gorilla Glass Armor 2, which boasts 29% more fracture resistance, but glass is still glass. I highly recommend grabbing a quality case and screen protector. The grip case is a personal favorite because it adds that tactile feel without too much bulk, and it ensures your new investment doesn't shatter on the first drop. All right, let's power this beast on. The setup process is seamless, especially if you're coming from an older Galaxy or Android device. We are using Smart Switch to transfer everything from the S25 Ultra. You can do this wirelessly, but I always prefer using the cable. It's just faster and more stable. While that data is transferring, let's talk about what makes this phone tick. Under the hood, we have the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor. This chip is a monster. It is optimized for efficiency and raw power. Connectivity-wise, we are looking at Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, and full 5G support. One of the biggest concerns with these powerful phones is battery life. The S26 Ultra packs a 5,000 mAh battery. That size might sound familiar, but thanks to that new efficient processor, Samsung claims up to 31 hours of video playback. That is incredible endurance. And when you do need to top up, we finally have 60-watt super fast charging. You can get from 0 to 75% in just 30 minutes. Wireless charging has also seen a bump to 25 watts, especially if you use the new magnetic chargers that align perfectly with the coils. Now that the phone is set up, let's look at the display. It is still a massive 6.9-inch panel with a 120Hz refresh rate and a peak brightness of 2600 nits. It is anti-reflective, just like last year, which makes outdoor visibility amazing. But the real game changer here is something Samsung calls privacy display. This is innovative. On a per pixel level, the screen can modify its viewing angles. If you turn this feature on, anyone sitting next to you on a bus or a plane won't be able to see what is on your screen. It just looks black to them. But for you looking head-on, it is perfectly clear. You can even set it to activate automatically when you open sensitive apps like your banking app or password manager. This is one of those features you didn't know you needed until you have it. Let's shift gears to the cameras. On paper, it looks similar to the S25 Ultra, but the upgrades are in the optics. The main sensor is still 200 megapixels, but it now has a wider f/1.4 aperture. This lets in 47% more light. That means better night shots, faster shutter speeds, and natural background blur. We also have a 50-megapixel telephoto lens with 5x optical zoom and a new 50-megapixel ultra-wide. Samsung has also included an 8K sensor that allows for 4K auto-framing. Plus, there is a new horizon lock mode. This uses the gyro data to keep your video level even if you tilt the phone 45 degrees. It's like having a gimbal built right into the software. Speaking of software, the S26 Ultra runs on One UI 8.5 on top of Android 16. The interface is smooth, snappy, and packed with AI. Galaxy AI is everywhere now. There is a new call screening feature where the AI answers the phone for you, asks what the caller wants, and transcribes it on screen so you can decide if you want to pick up. Bixby has also gotten smarter. You can now talk to it in natural language. If you say, "My eyes are hurting," it knows to turn on the eye comfort shield. It understands context much better than before. Another cool feature is Now Nudge. It's an interactive AI that understands what you are doing. If you're texting a friend about a trip you took, it might pop up with photos from that specific date, ready to share. It's these little quality of life improvements that make the phone feel truly smart. We also have to mention the accessories. I checked out the new magnetic wireless charger, which supports that faster 25-watt wireless charging speed. It has a nice braided cable and feels premium. And the Galaxy Buds 4 Pro, if you haven't seen my separate video on those, definitely check it out. They're super comfortable, and the high-resolution audio pairs perfectly with this phone. So, what is the initial verdict? The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra isn't just a spec bump. The thinner design, the privacy display, the brighter and faster camera lenses, and the massive efficiency gains from the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 make this a compelling upgrade. It feels refined. It feels like the ultimate Android phone. I'm going to be using this as my daily driver for the next week to test the battery life in the real world and see if these AI features are actually useful or just gimmicks. I will be dropping a full, in-depth review very soon, covering the gaming performance and a detailed camera comparison against the iPhone. So, let me know in the comments. What do you want to see tested? Are you interested in the night mode, the gaming capability, or maybe that privacy screen? Drop your questions below. If you enjoyed this unboxing and first look, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel. Share this video with anyone thinking about upgrading, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the full review. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.